So, Excellency, may we begin the session, inshallah, now? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, yes. Can you hear us, please? Can you hear me, Excellency? Hello? Excellency, can you hear me? Hello? Distinguished guest.
Brother,
Yes,
yes. Are you hearing me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
I
Can
have
you
the voice problem. Give me 2 minutes, I will manage again. Hold on, please.
No problem, Excellency.
Hold on, please. 2 minutes.
Okay, sure, Excellency, no problem. Okay, we wait for His Excellency, Mr. IHSAN. So, as I said, this is a big service on behalf of Nadal Iqtisad al-Islami to promote Islamic banking and finance with Sharia compliant models and also standards. As you know, we also conduct lectures and trainings in Arabic language as well. Most of the lectures and trainings are in Arabic language. And not to forget that I inform you also, we conduct some trainings and workshop to improve the skills of the students and researchers, as you know. So the skills, as you can see in the slide now, presented by Nadal Iqtisad al-Islami, these are some specific topics and titles that we are including in conducting lectures and programs. So in future, Nadal Iqtisad al-Islami is going to be a global and pioneer center for promoting Islamic finance, economics, and banking, and also for the skilled program, like for researchers, young scientists who are interested to know more and who are interested to have more skills in operating research programs, and also to write many articles, how to write an article, how to be a profound, skilled personality in using apps and in using computers and others instruments. So this is a a big and also a good opportunity for students, especially, and also for those who are interested to know more, to get free of charge. This all lectures and talks free of charge. So it's a big opportunity. In fact, previously the programs and lectures we conducted were very important for students of this field, and also we see that many events and workshops have been conducted by other with fee, with the payment. So Alhamdulillah, this is a good khidmah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this big khidmah and service of Nadal Iqtisad al-Islami and the board members and especially our Dr. Halal or Abed, who is the Director General of Nadal Iqtisadi, working very hard and to serve our students and also other members under the supervision of the Faculty of Sharia and Islamic Studies, Kuwait University. So this is why, we can see attendees and participants from around the world are joining our programs. And in some programs, we found that thousands of participants joined, thousands of attendees joined the session. So this is a big contribution of Nadal Iqtisadi to the community and to the university, to the Islamic field. So we also like to thank you very much, the participants from all over the world who joined us, for your participation, for your sharing, for your questions, for your comments. We always appreciate your comments, your suggestions. If you have suggestions, your comments, you are most welcome to write to us, and our management board will consider and will look into that, and also will consider positive and also remarkable suggestions from you all. Today, inshallah, what we will learn from this lecture from His Excellency IHSAN. As you know, that His Excellency IHSAN OVUT is the Secretary General of Standards and Metrology Institute for Islamic Countries, SMIIC. In fact, I think many of us don't know that SMIIC is an affiliated institution, or OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation. So His Excellency is serving, or has been serving since 2014 till now. Prior to that, also he served as the head of training department of like Turkish Standards Institution, TSE. He also hold many positions in that institution, TSE, since his graduation from the University of Ankara. He was the student of the University of Ankara from the Department of Political Science. So inshallah, we will hear from him, and we will know many of his contributions, services, and the role of SMIIC in promoting halal standards, halal market, halal production. So this is very important for even us, and for the researchers, for scholars of the field of Islamic banking and finance, to know what is the role of SMIIC of OIC. What are the doing? What are the working to promote halal standards and halal certification? What is the standard to receive the certification? And also, in fact, this SMIIC is not only promoting halal market, halal standards, or halal certification process, but also we can see that it's also an institute to develop necessary mechanism for organizing Islamic cooperation countries and aiming at setting a new standards in the member states, in the member countries of the Muslim world. And we also know that this institution, SMIC, aims to establish conformity assessment schemes for the purpose of expediting exchange of materials and manufactured goods and products among the member states like Muslim countries, about 57 or 59 countries around the world. So Alhamdulillah, and also we need to know who are researchers and students of this field, especially Islamic economics, Islamic banking and finance, that the SMIIC also seeks for achieving uniformity in metrology and also laboratory testing and standardization of the activities among the member states, ensuring the education of halal standards and also training, providing technical support globally. So this is also a kind of cooperation between OIC member states, OIC countries, because we should have a central hub to cooperate with other countries and to collaborate with the member states. And I'm also happy to inform you that there is another center, if you know about it, in Malaysia, in International Islamic University, Malaysia. They have also a center for halal studies. Studies of based on Quranic and prophetic practices. So if you go through the website of International Islamic University Malaysia, you will find a center namely Halal Center, Halal Study Center. So you can do also a bachelor degree in that center. You can also do a master's degree. Even though if you don't want to go there, if you want to study like distance study, like virtually, also you can do that. And also you can study there like by research. If you are a student of master's or PhD, or you want to do a second PhD or third PhD, you can do it by research in the International Islamic University Halal Center. So this is big and good information for us to make networking. If we see here, maybe many participants from different countries that don't have maybe information about these networks. So Malaysia also, International Islamic University Malaysia has like IIBF, an institution of Islamic banking and finance. This is, in the world, ranking #1 in the world. Every day, this institution, is being like first place globally for their service, for their articles, for their research. So they offer also scholarships. They offer also research methodologies, and also in collaboration with Islamic Development Bank, IDB, and IRTI. IRTI is a part of IDB for research and also technical support. So if you also search in website in Google, what is IRTI? Many of us, maybe we don't know that it is also providing huge support and also technical support, financial support for a prominent and for researcher, actual researcher. So this are the information that I wanted to share while waiting for His Excellency Mr. IHSAN. I think he is.
I'm ready.
Ready now. Thank you so much,
No, no.
Your Excellency. Actually, I already started the session.
Yes.
I shared, because I don't want to repeat it again. I shared
No,
the
no.
concept of SMIIC and the
Thank
role
you.
of SMIIC, and also I introduced Your Excellency to attend this. So I think without any further delay, let us start and let us invite our His Excellency Mr. IHSAN OVUT, who is the Secretary General of uh, Standards and Metrology Institution of Institute for Islamic Yes,
Yes.
so this is our honor on behalf of Adil Iqtisad Islami Economic Association to welcome His Excellency Mr. IHSAN OVUT to deliver his presentation, his speech. And we would like to thank you very much for your time, Your Excellency. In fact, this association is also under the supervision of Faculty of Islamic Studies and Sharia, Kuwait University, led by Dr. Halal, who is the Director General. So, Your Excellency, welcome, please.
Thank you, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, dear Muhammad Muhyiddin, for your give chance to me be with you today. Sorry for the technical problem. I am in Russian Federation now for the Halal Expo, but morning I couldn't manage my program because there's some visit of the president and then turn back to conference. Sorry for the delaying. Inshallah, I will do my best for you. I will nearly 20-25 minutes. I will explain the YC policy in halal market and why we have this market and we need this market, and especially I will talk about halal quality infrastructure for the YC member states and standards. Halal standards are developed under the OIC platform for all OIC and for all Ummah and also for all over the world. With your permission, I start with my presentation. Little summit reason of the picture. Some size is very huge. I didn't send you the original, only PDF I sent, but I will do here in original. This my outlines, my presentation today. You know OIC, but I will shortly give some information, then SMIC, and then I will talk about standardization, what standards and etc. and OIC global halal quality infrastructure, and then SMIC structure for standardization activities and Islamic rules in OIC standards, which type of rules are accepting and which terminology. I shortly inform you, and then as I give short information that the static information the halal standards are adopted under the OIC umbrella, and we conclude. OIC is known by all of you, maybe the second largest intergovernmental organization after the United Nations, established in September 1969, has 57 member states spread over our four continents all over the world, from America to Asia. Collective voice of the Muslim world and ensuring the safeguard and protect the interest of the Muslim world. What is SMIC? SMIC is a neutrality-based and independent and intergovernmental organization, and also technical and also affiliated to the OIC. It is recognized as an international organization, has diplomatic status in Turkey, established in August 2010, and headquarters located in Istanbul, Turkey. We are not certification body, we are not giving any halal logos or some etc. like this. The main objective of SMIC is to prepare all type standards for OIC member states, OIC SMIC standards, but our priority is halal standards to achieve uniformity in standardization and related activities, to provide technical assistance to member states which do not process such bodies like testing facilities, metrology capacity, etc. as a last group, to establish a conformity scheme for the purpose of expediting exchange of materials, manufactured goods, products among member states, and beginning with the mutual recognition. The main objective of CIMIC. We have a long history. The project started 1985. Preparing a draft started for the established organization. After a long discussion, it was officially started to signature and ratification of the member state of the IC. Need at least 10 members should sign and certified. After 10 years, in 2010, we reached the number and officially established in 2010. But during 2 years, maybe 3 years, what was in establishing, initiating of the its activities, preparing, and then officially, practically, maybe say start the activity after 2012. Slowly, not slowly, speedy growing from 10 members. Now we reach 45 member states. Our status was old after the first origin in 2017. It was there was radical change has done, a new organ established. This general informative can be taken from our website. The main documents, our treaty is statute. It is ratified in 2017. We have rules, procedure, and some other documents, technical documents for the daily work. We have, as I said, 45 members, 42 full, 3 observers. Only OIC member can be CIMIC members. We have cooperation with some international organizations, regional organizations, and we have a new vision last year adapted, approved, and by the CIMIC. Our vision is to create a quality infrastructure that improves the economy, welfare, and protects our member states. We have new mission. We have new strategic plan, include 3 strategic, top strategic priority, develop high quality standards, and etc. This is our strategy plan, map, and then balance scorecards. And this is general information about CIMIC. Now I want to say something about what is standard, because in halal sector, we are seeing in many halal certification bodies doing halal activities according to their understanding. They are not standard. Standard should be a document prepared by consensus. Consensus means by all stakeholders, from producers to end users who are actors in sector, related sector, should be active in standardization, preparing standards. Standards should also be recognized by a body. Body means is national institute or international institute organization like similar like us, CIMIC, or ISO international platform. You have to take all contribution of all stakeholders, and standards should be for everybody, should be common use and not one-time use it, and standards should not be mandatory because of the new technology or new fatwas can be revised, need to be revised in any time. You are seeing here the stakeholders who can still go from SMEs to consumers, all related parties can be stakeholders. For standards, development standards, you need a quality infrastructure. Quality infrastructure means you have to have a standardization, metrology, accreditation, and conformity assessment means testing, management system, inspection, certification, facilities, or capacity buildings in all countries. Quality is a system of institutions which jointly ensure that products and process meet the predefined specifications, which are standards. This is all overall the quality impact for the world is by the World Bank. Is from 2007. Each country has a similar system. We can see here national standard bodies, national metrology institutes, national accreditation bodies, certification, inspections, testing, calibration facilities. But when you turn back halal sector, halal, what we need, the pillars of conformity assessment or certifications as a whole system, we need standards, joint standards, single standards, is applicable standards for all. This in OIC platforms, we say OIC standards. Standards are the key to any conformity assessment activities, since the pillars of the conformity assessments depend on existence of necessary standards. Standards for product, standards for certification, standards for accreditation. Should all these production, certification, accreditation should be based on single standards. We are, as we have in OIC platform. This is our new document, was approved by the CIMIC Board of Directors, namely OIC Global Halal Quality Infrastructure. This is there's a pyramid. In the bottom of pyramid, you see the products and services based on standards. Which type standards? In the right side, you can see standard for halal food, standard for cosmetics, standard for tourism, from all type products or services, as in bottom left for the producer, for the service suppliers. Second, the level for certification bodies, conformity assessment is means certification level. They are control the market. They are giving the halal logos to the producers. It's not enough. You have to have accreditation by the country. This is authorized halal accreditation bodies. They are working according to OIC 3, but given certificate according to OIC 2. And there is a new terminology we are using. We are using this designation structures will be a platform for mutual recognition. This is will be future of halal quality infrastructure for all Muslims, inshallah. It will be endorsed by OIC General Secretariat in the future, this year or next year. Same thing summarized. And turn back to halal market. Why we have halal market, normal market, normal life? Some people are asking, is it necessary or not necessary? Nowadays, it's you have to have because of what? Economic reasons. Islamic finance is growing. Governance convergence between the subsectors, food and travel, strengthening the growing the economy. Impact of public-private initiative on halal is as economic drivers to halal market. Legally, governments initiate many legislative for the halal. We have in many Islamic countries, legally they establish halal platforms. Ethically, Taib concept, which means hygiene and healthy, complies with the new eatings habit trends, is now all over the world. We are saying halal and Taib together is better. It means better products for ethically aware consumers, who are aware of consumers. The population, Muslim population is growing, and there is a big concerns and about halal. They are looking at halal products in the market and the logos, etc. And halal is the largest growing consumer segment in the world. Technically, technology development leading to increase in processed foods, etc. Because we have to be what is used in the food via technologies, as they are halal or not. That reason is we have to have testing laboratories and etc. This is also one of the main drivers for halal market. Consumer awareness on healthy food consumption is growing, and effect on social media. Many halal expos we have, not networking events and etc. Says there is a huge need for halal market. Over the last decade, halal industry has gone global, and we all watched and experienced how it occurred by witnessing its expansion. Halal certifying concept was primarily considered to be limited to the meat, but it gradually has expanded to all food, animal feed types, additives, test methods, clothing, pharmaceuticals, in cosmetic, tourism, finance, agriculture, logistics, etc. Overall, all possible aspects of Muslim life. No, not significant progress has been made in halal certification for the case due to lack of will for using to single consensus-based standards. Professionalism in conducting certification activities, accredited certificate instead of national recognition system, because there was a big confusing last decades. National recognitions, I want to mention here, refers to a basic compliance with the rules set by a country, but not relying on other an international standard or a system. So it's mostly beneficial for the country to who set the rules and not binding yet cooperation with the countries. Recognition systems or lists are serving a country, not others. Now, what we'll do? We have to create or establish new ones. As I said, we have, as we did under the WISE umbrella, is a quality infrastructure. National recognition is bringing halal certification bodies together and recognizing them to certify according to their own procedures. While accreditation is authorized national halal accreditation bodies of the WISE member states to accredit halal certification bodies. System applied within CIMIC means following the best practice conducted for age in other regional international application associations such as IF and ILAC and APLAC. In other words, you can see similar things. At the end, what we'll do, we will have a halal chain. You can see here a traveler product from farm to fork, from needs or requirements of users or customers, from raw materials, manufacturing, producing or distribution, storage, and labeling and retailing or in shopping platforms. In each level, you have to have joint standards, single standards. These standards, sometimes, namely, we say product standard, we say inspection standards, or supply or transportation standards. Sometimes for producer, you are giving testing for the facility, you are giving certificate for the testing, and then in production level, you are giving logo to producers, use your logo. Each time you need standards. After that, certification body will be accredited by halal accreditation bodies. End users, when you come to end users, as a customer, there will be a satisfaction, 100% certification, and you will answer the complaint and handling complaint, and audit management can do it, and there will be warranty for halal at the end. As a CIMIC, we are can just show you just from the production level, certification and accreditation, each level, which type standards can see. The result of what we got, benefits of the OIC Global Halal Quality Infrastructure, there will be a traceability for each level. And during travel of the products, there will be also an increase of consumer trust on halal, and also we will have a mutual recognition between the members, between the countries, and for the products there will be diminish in technical barriers to trade. Product will be travel free, have a tree like a passport, have a passport. At the result, we will have a full halal. There is a system going to prepare. What for this system? Which type standards are preparing? Already we have. This is a new part of my presentation. CIMIC structure for standardizations. We have 3 councils this is our chart of organization. In the left side, you are seeing Accreditation Council, Standardization Management Council, Metrology Councils. All these councils and other are managed by the member state, not CIMIC staff. Accreditation Council by authorized halal accreditation bodies are managing and governing this council. These main responsibilities is to establishment an accreditation scheme for in the OIC member states. Methodology scientific area, helping standardization. Standardization Management Council, they are managing all, preparing the standards. There's management of this council are member states, and also the chair is from member states. There is, and published standards has a nickname is OICC/SNI. All standards are developing and adapting under the technical committees. Each technical committee, like an international organization, has a title, has a scope, working program, and business plan, and has a secretariat given to a country, and the chairman is appointed by the Standard Management Council, proposed by the host countries. And then each committee has full members, observer members, and liaison organization, have the experts for the standardization activities. And if you need some observers can be invited to the technical work. The technical committee are working according to the directives, the main documents for the how they will these documents given the how they will prepare the standards, how they establish the technical committee, how they will structuring, drafting standards, and then how they will adapt in national level, and how they will say the standards, etc. These are basic documents for standardization. These are the list of our technical committees. We have 17 technical committees, and plus committee for certification and accreditation activity. We say standards for conformity and assessment. You can see the TC1, TC2 for halal. Speaking that not just for halal, but we have our priorities for halal activities. TC10 and 11 is also for halal activities. The 16 is halal pharmaceuticals issues. Each committee is preparing and has their agenda, and they are working with all members and preparing standards as a project approach, and then any project is any work intended to lead to the issue of a new standards or amendment of standard or revised them is all name of, we can say, standardization activities. Standardization activities has a should be done according to the development process, from the proposal stage to publication stage. Each stage you have to have wait for a period for example, in the proposal level, 3 months for balloting, for committee level, 2 months for the balloting, 2 or 3 months for the work possible in the committee level. And sometimes some of if you have mature document, some stage can be skipped. In the 4th and 5th level, there's an inquiry and approval level, country-based studies, not committee level. These were conducted by the General Secretariat. In the 4th level, you have to wait for inquiry to the public level, to national consensus. Each level you can after consensus we can go to the next level. Finally, you will ask again to yes/no level for the publishing. If there is a consensus, standards can be published and put on the website and sale for all related who want to buy standard, use standard for all our world, not priority for Muslim, but any one from the world, from other part, they can buy and use it. All things are activities are doing, managing and conducting under the CIMIC information system. All things are automatically and technically using commenting, voting, as everything is done, can be done online. This is the statistic information about standards. We have totally 41 standards, as you see at the bottom. For 16 of them is related to halal. 22 is prepared by the committees, developed by committees. 19 is adopted from international organizations. What is what is rules, as I say, Islamic rules in our IHSAN standards? Religious basis for standards. What is this? Our Islamic rules, our Sharia rules, are coming from the International Fiqh Academy. in standard. And then if there is a fatwa adapted, approved by the academy, we are reflecting or make reference to the fatwa. Otherwise, we are not using the regional or national fatwas to our standard, because we are working for all Muslims, for all mazhabs. We are saying standard are not documents, because they are not holy documents. They are technical documents, but include some Sharia rules, Islamic rules. This is a very important point. Standards in halal fees are for products subject to consumption and trade among members, Muslims and others. Halal production, certification, and allocation are added value and give trust to the products. Islamic rules as a fatwa from the quarter from International Islamic Fiqh Academy for important for the stakeholders in halal. There is, I can say, two issues very important. Accreditation bodies. Accreditation bodies, the governmental authority who give the authority for certification, give the halal logo. These bodies should be, shall be owned and directed by Muslim only. Otherwise, we not accept it. The certification bodies, these also should be owned and directed by Muslims, including financially. It should be have a Islamic finance, because otherwise, how you will be sure about halalness of the products or system or services? The others general issues you can find anywhere. The result of this last part of my presentation today give the list of standards we have on halal issues. OICMIC 1 is general requirements for halal food. 2 for general requirements for bodies providing halal certification, and third, OICMIC 3, the general requirements for halal accreditation bodies, accrediting halal conformity assessment bodies. We have another for halal cosmetics. For example, this for restaurant, OICMIC 9. OICMIC 9 is very important for halal tourism, for accommodation and refreshing or hotels, etc. The standards, new standards. We have 3 standards for halal supply chain based on Malaysian standards, but some small revisions has done. We have a new standards just published, halal quality management system. Any organization from bank or from private or office can take these standards, like ISO, similar to ISO 9000 system, but added many Islamic rules to the standards. We have a halal edible gelatin 22, general requirements for food additives and other added chemicals to halal food as a white 24. This 4th standard is for the certification and testing laboratories. You can see here, I slowly show you. Here, so OICMIC 1, what is inside? Basic plan for the halal food and its products based on Islamic rules for any stage of food chain, such as preparation, processing, packaging, labeling, marking, storage and service, and slaughtering. All you can say, and list of halal animal and non-halal animal is include. These standards originally prepared by the OIC standardization group, and then in 2011 it moved to the CIMIC. 2 years ago is what revised after the 6 years hard working. Some radical change has done. You can say in the standards for all your question about halal food and related issues. Why CIMIC 2, as I said, is for the requirement for the halal certification bodies. Ensure the halal certification body operate halal product or service or management system certification in the competent and consistent and impartial manner. Here's the important point. This owner and management and key person in this organization should be Muslim. Non-Muslim ID or companies cannot do any halal certification according to our standards. This is for occupation bodies. Here is very important. Only OIC member states can do accreditation activity. For example, any in an American company can do halal certification, but American national accreditation body cannot do any halal accreditation activities, but should be in Muslim country. This is not enough. This also should be in Muslim, but management and I will say owner of the organizations and rules, procedures in the organization should be Islamic way, not the classical accreditation bodies. That reason, for example, Turkey established a pure organization just for halal accreditation, halal accreditation council. And in some countries, they have a branch, they have office under the regular accreditation bodies. We say for them, authorized halal accreditation bodies. This cosmetic also has like food from the preparation to sailing, handling, transportation include for the cosmetics, the standards. Halal tourism service, as I said, for the travel accommodation premises, tour package, tourist guys, all related tourism, we can find standards. Here, the standard bring three categories for accommodation for hotels, the A, B, C categories. For example, in A categories, we say in standards is high categories. There you cannot find any non-halal things in the hotel or something, but in the B categories is serving for Muslims. Can be we can say the Muslim friendly hotel, but in C level, as a Muslim, we can only find some things. But for us, very important. A category is important. If halal, if you say halal accommodation, halal guest house or halal hotel, etc. This for halal management system. For example, if you have a engineering office or sailing office or transportation, you can have a halal management system about the Islamic principles, and regardless of the type of size, small or big companies can also use these standards. These new standards for halal gelatin is very important because nowadays we have gelatin in all the products, packet products. We have to be sure about gelatins. This is very important for additives. Which type additives halal or not in standards. There's other standards. This is my last words. We are saying OECD standards are the result of common study of and achievement of OECD members. It's not the homemade documents. They are prepared and developed by member states, by experts of the countries and other parties like stakeholders like scientific academy and other organizations through the technical committees. SIM is the common platform to set for all stakeholders and also is authorized and mandated by the OIC for all halal issues and halal industries. We are main authority and then the OIC halal standard, OIC halal standard are common standards for the Muslim world, not only OIC members, and all interested parties can use our standards. This is my last verse. Thank you for your passion and kind attention. I hope I did something for you.
Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Thank you so much, Excellency, for your wonderful presentation and for providing us some very valuable information and data. I think, as you, Excellency, know, maybe the participants and attendees here today, most of them from the field of Islamic economy, Islamic banking and finance, and from around the world, like students, researchers, and lecturers of the university joined the session as well. So, and also the session is being recorded in YouTube channel of Nadir Islami, the Jamiatul Kuwait. So we thank you very much, Excellency. So we should have some questions from the attendees. So I request anyone would like to ask, either you may write your question or comment in the question and answer section, or you may raise your hand and we switch on microphone, then you can speak. So we wait from the attendees. If you have any question, you may raise your hand or you may write in the question and answer section.
Maybe they don't have question. Anytime, brother Muhittin, Mohammed, you can write to me any. I'll be glad to answer all our brothers' questions. You can share my contact info to your participants.
No
We'll
problem.
be glad to answer, and because we are here for all Ummah and we are all, inshallah, our responsibility to be honest and frankly, and to help each other and not do more mistakes. Because we are, as a human, we are doing a lot of mistakes. Allah forgive us for these mistakes. Inshallah, we should be concerning each other and warn each other. But as a wise institution, we'll be glad to help our brothers and sisters. Anytime they can write, you can write, no problem for us.
Allah. Excellency, I have just one small question. Like you used to serve Turkish Standards Institution earlier. So what is actually different, just in briefly, then we can end the session, inshallah. What is the difference between this Turkish Standards Institution and this SMIIC? I mean, is it the same thing that they are doing? The difference?
Okay. Yeah. It's my CIMIC and CIMIC IIC. You are saying CIMIC SMIC. We are saying CIMIC. It's a new organization established by the OIC, by standards bodies. At that time, I was working with Turkish organization, and I was responsible to establish this organization. This is my background. Standards body is responsible for the technical specification of products. But when you establish CIMIC, each country can have a candidate for the manage this organ. I am coming here by elections. Each 3 years can be re-elected. This is my second term. Maybe this is last year, or I can be re-elected for the next term. I don't know. Because it's an international organization, country are electing you. Now I am candidate again for next 3 years. If they elect me, I'll be here. Not another brothers will be here, no problem. Because I'm originally from this organization.
Inshallah.
We have to have a background.
We wish you best luck, inshallah. We believe that you can serve.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. I think, Your Excellency, I think you are having a busy schedule in Russia now. So we don't want to take your time today. Maybe another day we will invite you again to say some other specific
Inshallah.
So on behalf of Nadal Iqtisad Islami, Kuwait University and lecturers, and on behalf of our Director General, we thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your time and for your this wonderful presentation. May Allah bless you. May Allah reward you. And we thank all the participants and attendees who join us today from across of the world. We thank you very much for your participation. And lastly, I would like to thank also Nadal Iqtisad Islami, Kuwait University, and also our Director General, Dr. Halal Ubaid, and all the people in association for their wonderful service. So if Excellency, if you have the last word maybe to us, please welcome, then we can end the session, inshallah.
Thank you very much. It is my pleasure to meet you today. Sorry for I'm not in office, I'm outside. there was a little connection problems, but Alhamdulillah, I try to my best, but some issues need more details and more discussion, because it's not easy to say in short conference everything. We will be glad to be together in the future activities in any times in a specific issues, because we are here for all Muslims and all OIC institutions, all OIC member states. Our responsibility to serve them. And if I have some information, I have to share with my brothers, sisters, and learn from you. You have maybe learn something from us, because Allah will ask if I have something I have to share with you. We have maybe we have to regulate our market, and many non-Muslims, we can say, Ahl al-Kufar is manipulating our halal and our daily life. We have to be careful, and how we'll be together, how will we do our best in the right way. Thank you for your initiatives and your work in, especially in the Islamic science and Islamic finance and etc. It's very important. Allah will ask what we'll do in this world, because we have to be ready to our real life. This is our temporary place, inshallah. Allah will accept all of you to his Jannah, inshallah, protect us against for antiviruses and other issues, bad diseases. Be healthy and more pray for to each other. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. نادي الاقتصاد الإسلامي بجامعة الكويت would like to also have collaboration with Your Excellency SIMIC, inshallah, in future.
Inshallah.
And we'll
Inshallah.
be in contact with you, inshallah. With that,
Inshallah.
we conclude today's session here. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى التوفيق والسداد والإخلاص. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم آمين.